I am spending 1 week in Shetland, a group of islands which is a 12-hour boat ride from Aberdeen in Scotland. We are here for one of the Up Helly Aa festivals on the island of Bressay. Now the Up Helly Aa festivals are Norse festivals that take place throughout February and March every year with the aim to banish winter and welcome in spring. We're staying on the mainland in Lerwick, which is the capital of Shetland, but today we're taking a short ferry over to the nearby island of Bressay to celebrate Up Helly Aa with them. We're also going to be road tripping the islands and learning a bit more about Shetland culture, because let me tell you, it is very interesting. So to begin, let me tell you a little bit about Shetland history. So Shetland was originally conquered by Norsemen in the 9th century AD. This meant that it effectively became Norwegian, but when Norway became part of Denmark, the islands then effectively also became Danish. They were Danish for some 100 years until the 14th century. And the story of how they became Scottish is actually very interesting. So in 1468, Princess Margaret of Denmark married James III, the King of Scotland. Back then, of course, a dowry was necessary when a woman got married, and her father Christian couldn't afford the dowry. So instead, he mortgaged the islands of Shetland and Orkney to Scotland. And James III was quite keen on having these islands as part of his kingdom. The mortgage agreement was so that the Danish could get the islands back if they earned the money, but they never did, and in 1472 James III annexed the islands as part of Scotland, and ever since the islands of Shetland and Orkney have been Scottish. Then of course eventually the rest of Scotland became part of the United Kingdom and Shetland became part of the UK with it. So nowadays Shetland is very much part of the UK. It has the same rules and regulations as the UK, the same visa process, etc. But culturally it does still feel very Norse, and this is largely because when the islands built up at all, it was by the Vikings. So there's a lot of Viking history and still quite a lot of Viking culture as well. So what is the story of Up Helly Aa? Well, although it seems like a Viking Norse festival, it doesn't really have any actual links to the Viking history. Like, it's not celebrated anywhere else in the world. Instead, it started in the 1800s, and it started off basically just as tar barreling. So basically just groups of young men would lead lit tar through the streets of Lerwick, where I am at the moment, and yeah, just for fun, but it would cause quite a lot of damage. So tar barreling was banned, but they refined the whole process and basically created this torchlight procession, which has lasted nowadays to be Up Helly Aa. Now, because the islands were Norse and had this Viking history, they incorporated some Viking elements into the festival. So it was kind of the events and the festival kind of came first, and then the Viking elements came after. But nowadays it is the biggest celebration on Shetland. It's like their new year basically. And while the biggest Up Helly Aa is celebrated here in Lerwick at the end of January, lots of the other islands have their own Up Helly Aa celebrations. We couldn't make the one in Lerwick, so we're actually heading over to Bressay, which is just a short hop across a channel, to celebrate their Up Helly Aa today. As of right now, I'm not 100% sure what Up Helly Aa entails, but I will take you with me throughout the day and we'll see what the whole process is. All I know is that parts of it did start at 7:30 AM, but to preserve our energy levels, we're going to go over at 4 PM because we're going to the after party, which starts at 9 AM and can go until 4 in the morning, although I'm not a late night person, so I have said I will be on the 1 o'clock ferry going back. This is what everyone wears for Up Helly Aa. Don't know if I should get a costume. So it's about 4 o'clock now and we are heading over to Bressay, which is where this Up Helly Aa is shortly. So we've got to walk from where we are to the ferry port, and then there is a ferry that basically runs continuously from mainland to Bressay, and it takes about 7 minutes. So this is the second easiest Up Helly Aa to get to. As I mentioned before, there are Up Helly Aas on all of the different islands in Shetland, and obviously the easiest one to get to is right here on the mainland. But my partner was saying that the prices for accommodation during that Up Helly Aa go up a ridiculous amount, and this Up Helly Aa is very local, and it's not as well known with tourists, so the prices are basically the same as they are throughout the winter at the moment, and it's not busy at all. So this is a very good hack if you want to experience Up Helly Aa but not pay loads of money. then this is a good one to go to. The after party that we're going to is inside, but the rest of the day will probably be outside. So I am wearing tights, running leggings, tracksuit bottoms, a thermal top, one jumper, I've got another jumper in my bag, and then coat, hat and gloves. And hopefully that will keep me warm. The ferry is just coming. It's on the horizon right now, but somewhere there. I like the space on the top. It's a little waiting room on the ferry we've just been in. Yeah. 7 minutes later we are in Bressay, but they've got to wait for a few more passengers before they make the return journey.
That's it, come on.
So there's not much in the main village of Bressay, including not really a pub, so we're walking back to where the ferry dropped us off because there is a hotel there with a bar. I think the celebrations for Up Helly Aa commence in about 2 hours. It's currently about 5 PM and I think we've got to wait till about 7. So we've walked basically back to the ferry terminal, to the Mayfield House Hotel, and this is the only place that's open in Bressay to get a drink right now. But later on there is a party at the village hall and there is a cash bar there, so we should be able to find a drink later on. But right now, let's go in here. We've left the pub and we're getting the bus because we're trying not to walk again. So I think there is a shuttle bus just down that meets the ferry, so that is our aim. The bus was full, we walked and we found the parade, so now we're following the parade. Let's go. Yes. Now we follow the parade. So we're now following the procession down to an indeterminate location. To the location.
To the galley, I presume.
To the galley. Is that's where the Viking boat? Okay, so we're following the procession down to the galley where they will burn the Viking boat, apparently. We shall see. Not really sure what's going on now. Lots of people have stopped back there, but the parade is still going on. Should we go on with the parade? Or should we stop? Yeah. I feel like they are in the know, aren't they? I feel like they come every year. We do feel a little bit like we're the only tourists here.
No, we're definitely not.
No, we're definitely not. But it's definitely less touristy than the Lowick one. Band's up, band's starting again.
10 people.
Right, I think they are. I think they may be coming back.
Be a good spot anyway.
They've definitely stopped moving. They may be coming back here. Oh, they are coming back. All right, they're coming back now. right behind me. Just one by one they put their lanterns on the fire and then they just burnt this Viking ship. And this is part of the, not the Norse traditions because this only started in the 1800s, but this is part of the, what has become Up Helly Aa. So the village hall has just opened. We are in the Bressay village hall now. And we are here for the official after party, which includes island dancing, dinner, and a variety of other things. I'm not too sure what to expect. At the moment we've paid £25 per person and we're in a village hall. So we'll see how the night progresses. But yeah, it should be interesting to say the least. So something I forgot to explain a bit is there is a Jarl gang which consists of a load of men from the island who walk around and just, what do they do all day? Fiery things all day, and then they're the ones who end up burning the boat. So yeah, the guys who stop the Vikings are the Jarl squad. The Jarl squad, yeah? The Jarl squad. Yeah, so basically we have no idea what's going on. There is a band, there's going to be some music, and I think there's going to be some dancing, but yeah, I mean, right now we're really not sure what's going on. So tonight basically descended into a bit of a barn dance. It was interesting. A bit, as an outsider, it was a bit of a strange kind of experience to be on the outside of, but it was definitely an experience. The fire festival was really, really good though. So we decided to leave a little bit early because we wanted to make sure that we got the second to last boat home in case there were any problems. So we just got a tinny for the road and just about to get on this boat here now. We're on the boat on our own. There's no other people or cars on the boat, but it does leave in 12 minutes, so I guess we just wait. Hi, it's the next evening now and I just wanted to finish this video off. Honestly, I'm really not sure what happened last night. So we had there's the parade and there's all sorts of fire festival-y things going on throughout the day, but we obviously just got there at 4. And I think we got there sort of when the day activities were finished and then there was a break for a few hours and then the evening activities were commencing at like 7. So I would recommend, if anyone is watching this and is planning on going to this festival, I'd actually recommend going for a little bit of the day, getting a ferry back to Lerwick for a few hours and then going back at 7. That seemed to be, like most people seem to be going over at 7. When we went there at 4, there was literally no one there. The parade was really good. It was really cool to see. And the burning of the Viking ship was, yeah, it was quite something. It was quite a spectacle. So that was really cool. Enjoyed the general festivalness of it. The after party was interesting. Like, I'm glad we went and we definitely got a cultural experience there, so that was cool. But it was just, for someone who doesn't dance, it was a bit, I wasn't really sure what to do with myself, and I also felt very underdressed. Everyone else there was dressed up to the nines and I was in a tracksuit. It was like going to a New Year's Eve party and wearing a tracksuit, I guess. And yeah, couldn't really do any of the dancing. And the food, there was meant to be food there. And we left at nearly midnight, like 11:20, and there was no sign of the food. And we wanted to make the ferry, like we didn't want to be banking on making the 1 a.m. ferry because we, like, in case we missed that or something, so we decided to go for the midnight ferry, which is late enough. But actually they have a midnight ferry, a 1 a.m. ferry, and then they have a 4 a.m. ferry for any of the stragglers, so I think quite a lot of people do stay there till 4 a.m. So yeah, it was it was interesting. So I would definitely recommend a trip to Shetland this time of year to see one of these festivals, but also don't go just for the festival, because the fiery bit is really cool but it's quite short. So I would recommend doing what we're doing, coming here for a few days or a week and seeing some other places as well. And the rest of my time in Shetland will be in my next video, so don't miss that. Yeah, that's my verdict. I don't know if the after party was worth going to really as a tourist, because I feel like everyone there was kind of a local and knew each other, and it was like their big kind of village get together, I guess. Everyone was welcoming, but I think, you know, just everyone sort of knew each other otherwise. So I'm not sure if I'd recommend going to that, especially because it was £25 per person. But the fire festival itself was really, really cool. But I mean, you know, also it was an interesting experience going to the after party as well. So I think that's my verdict. I haven't been feeling too bad today. I didn't actually drink that much last night. Really, I just drank a couple of wines and a couple of those little tinnies. But yeah, we are getting up bright and early tomorrow to do a bit more road tripping around Shetland. So I'm really excited about that. We've kind of got all of our action-packed days at the end of the week. So that will all be in my next video. So do stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about Up Helly Aa, just drop me a comment and I will try my best to answer them. I can at least advise you on our experience as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!